decency, for there's unique vacation plan where men of imagination can't perform, where warm, inviting herds of beaver swarm.
Where there's a unique vacation plan where men of imagination can perform, where warm, inviting herds of beaver swarm. How can you memorize so fast?
It's sweet.
You know, it's silly that Chester never wrote any more to it.
That's Chester's?
Sure.
Of course.
Of course.
How is he?
Who knows?
Haven't seen him.
A long time.
We should give him a call.
Even dare.
Take him to a show.
Big, lush Broadway show.
The kind he hates.
Listen to him dish it.
Phantom of the Opera. He loathed it.
He did.
What did he say?
He said, "This gives new meaning to the term minimal art."
Oh, I wish we could be in a play of his again.
Well, maybe someday.
Soon?
Now, it costs us too much to do one.
Bertie would be furious.
The agency would cream. They would fire me.
Oh, God. What fun it would be.
What, you getting fired?
Doing a good show.
Telling Gertie we were doing it.
Not fun.
You're taking off for 2 months to do what?
In a basement?
For free?
In a negligee?
Both of you?
In one negligee?
Guess what else, Gertie?
Oh, don't tell me, don't tell me.
We're having
To pay for the negligee. Oh, well, I can always use another negligee.
Not at that price.
It would be fun.
If it were possible.
It's possible.
No, we won't have the time.
We might.
Be too busy.
Maybe our careers will collapse.
Don't even think that.
You never know.
Bite your tongue.
But Gertie, that's what I came to New York for.
To act for free in the drippy basement in the flimsy negligee?
To act.
To star.
To sacrifice everything for my art.
Well, sacrifice anything you want, darling, but not me.
I need your commissions to pay for my Pepto-Bismol. So?
So?
No go.
No. No.
No show. Chester deserves a break.
We all deserve a break.
I hate seeing him starving in that slum.
Oh, we never see him anyway.
We'll take him to eat.
Somewhere fast. To celebrate.
Celebrate what?
Celebrate Chester. Somewhere outrageous.
The windows of the world.
That's what he calls this place.
I didn't know they made a practice of delivering Chinese takeout at windows of the world.
When he came in here, and he asked you where the orders of yuppie cooking were.
And you said we're ordering in. Do you want the Chinese?
Right, of the Italian.
Or the Mexican?
You said...
Well, I'd like them all, darling. But what are we going to feed them?
That was fun that night.
Oh, wait, what did he say?
About what?
The skyline.
Oh. Oh, he said, what keeps this place in orbit around ballooning debt?
No.
How do you communicate with reality? By a bungee cord?
No.
Oh, wait, I remember.
It was what?
It was, why are you paying so much rent?
For a view of the skyline of New Jersey.
Why not take a place in Jersey for half the price?
At least that way you get the skyline of New York.
Which is its best feature.
And from a distance.
The
Skyline of New York. Drink that soda. It keeps looking like the ceiling's gonna fall on.
You know what, love?
What, love?
We are in the skyline of New York.
Yes, we are.
We are the skyline of New York.
We are the attraction.
We are the people that we used to worship in.
A pair of us.
New York, New York, New York, New York.
Ninny, ninny, ninny.
Shouldn't we listen to the machine?
We are the machine. Sorry.
You know, kids will be coming to New York just to be like us.
Kids are already coming to New York to be like us.
Just like we want it to be.
Like we are.
Thousands. Every day.
Ninny, ninny, ninny.
Shouldn't we listen to the messages?
We are the messages.
Why are you so heavy? I mean, things looking so good.
Are they looking so good? Do you know something I don't?
I mean, what can love do?
I want to see the skyline of New York again.
We'll take the Circle Line tour. We'll rent the whole boat.
I want to see it every day.
The cost of living in Jersey.
Even that.
Well, we'll not walk in Queens.
We're too high up. We're above the skyline. We'll never see New York again.
You know, when I first got here, I get so discouraged.
I know.
So I'd hop on the Staten Island ferry,
I know, me too.
and I'd ride over there just so I could get a good look at New York again.
Yes.
And then I'd ride right back.
Mhm.
And I'd stand up front of the ferry with that filthy spray in my face, leaning on the little Iron Gate Grill with the danger signs on it, just so I could see Wall Street turning on its lights. And it would enlarge before me, like something in a CinemaScope movie, all those millions of Wall Street windows, like a million scales, a butterfly's wing. Following slowly to individual buildings, crystal, towers and diamonds, skyscrapers.
Like something...
Like something in Arabian Nights, something in American Dreams. And we'd barge right into that diamond crystal wonderland, and I'd get off. And I'd be standing in this dirty, stinking, screaming, steaming jungle, like rot, the roots of some colossal tree, and I'd be fanning away panhandlers and fanning away car fumes and stepping over dog shit and drunks in the street. I'd stand there in the middle of that street and I'd ask myself, where had New York gone? Should we listen to the messages?
No. I know I did well today.
You've got such confidence.
I have such pride. Pride in the way I work.
You should.
I do. It's all I have.
Love.
Apart from you.
Love?
Yes, love.
What exactly did you have to do today?
Do. I understood from the urgency in Gertie's tone that this must be a particularly desirable, potentially lucrative opportunity. Gertie is proud of me. Proud of the way she deflected me from a hopeless career on the stage and made me into the star voiceover professional she has made of me. She does not submit me for anything trivial. It is too lucrative for her for me to do only major cat food and prime paper towel accounts. The excitement in her voice told me this was to be an exceptional audition. So I dressed carefully, neatly, neutrally, so as not to give too strong an impression of any particular personality at all. That way I can listen very carefully to the clients, not only to their words, but to the nuances in their voices. I am trained to perceive the tiniest nuances in voices, and try to be vocally precisely what I guess them to expect me to be. Gertie was visibly pleased by my visually neutral appearance. She accompanied me on the call, always a sign of a major audition. We were picked up by a dark beige limousine.
Wow.
Yes, wow. It was air-conditioned with subtle stereo music laid on as well. Even a telephone.
Was there champagne?
Before an audition?
Of course not.
Of course not. I cannot tell you where the audition was held.
I understand.
You understand? I meant only that the windows in the passenger compartment were of black glass, as was the partition between us and the driver. And the car took so many turns and traveled for such a long time that we must have gone very far. Although the turns were so many that we might in fact have wound up very close to where we started. That seemed curious.
Well, you know, traffic's bad.
Traffic is terrible. We emerged in an underground garage where there were no other cars. A gentleman in a suit met us, and we ascended via private elevator directly to the room. A small, windowless, comfortable, quite featureless room. There were bare necessities, a desk, several chairs, and tape recorder. The gentleman in the suit introduced us to a similar man in a similar suit seated behind the desk, though not him to us. We were seated, and then to Gertie's obvious but silent pleasure.
Gertie was silent.
Gertie, silent, but pleased. To her obvious pleasure, the gentleman seated behind the desk said, "We have listened to tapes of your work. We have checked up on you, and we hear you are cooperative."
Real pro.
He used that term as well. What's more, he said, they were aware of my appearance and my ambitions.
Well, probably from Gertie.
Oh, almost certainly from Gertie. From what what other source could they have known? And then they sprang a great surprise on me.
Oh. What was that?
They said that the assignment for which they were hearing me was not a voiceover. It was, they said, a Broadway stage production.
Oh, honey, really?
That is what they really said.
Gertie approved?
Gertie said nothing, but seemed anxious to please and support these clients, though she has always disparaged the stage.
Yeah, but she loves you.
And love will always make sacrifices, yes. Gertie was clearly aware of my surprise, judging from the many reassuring nods she made in my direction. My voice, they said, my appearance, they said, my well-known professionalism and secret stage ambition had convinced them that I was the one they had been seeking.
So you got it?
Not just yet. They had in mind, they said, a major play of a major production for a leading lady such as me. Too long, they said, had Broadway been bereft of major drama performed by important female stars, once its greatest glory.
It's just what you're always saying.
Just like I've said so often to you, love, yes. They identified themselves as members of an organization designed to fill that need. Too long, they said, had Broadway been bereft of such major talent, and that their consortium had such backing and such faith that they were prepared to mount it lavishly and continue running it to ensure success for all concerned.
And you're so happy.
There was, however, one small stipulation.
Oh?
Yes. They said that since I had for so long done nothing but recorded voiceovers, for which they understood the scripts were propped before me for me to read rather than memorize, that they were slightly dubious. No, not dubious. He said fearful. They were slightly fearful that I might have trouble memorizing lines.
That's crazy.
I could not say so. I waited for Gertie to defend my skill, but she remained uncharacteristically silent.
Well, that is uncharacteristic of her.
They begged my pardon for their doubt, fear, they said most graciously. They had obviously been taught by someone to behave like gentlemen.
That's rare.
Very rare. They begged my indulgence and then said that they had devised a simple but immediate test for my memorization.
You know, I would be afraid that you would walk right out when you suggested that.
One is accustomed to complying with clients' wishes.
Yeah, but everybody knows you.
Nobody knows me as an actress. They said that this enormous opportunity could all be settled by a simple test. If I could recall the words of my last assignment, they would feel secure in proceeding with their plans on my behalf.
My God, suspense.
Oh, there was none on my part. As you know better than anyone, I am exceptionally adept at retaining lines. I often remember them long after an assignment is over. As you know better than anyone.
Sure, I know.
You have even pointed out that I sometimes recite them in my sleep.
You do sometimes. I don't mind.
You pointed out just last week that I was muttering in my sleep lines from that particularly grueling, exacting assignment.
I did.
You did. I am cursed with such a memory. Memory of that strange alphabetical list I was asked to recite so evenly.
I would remember what you said.
Of course, why would you? But that list was what I, by wild coincidence, was requested by these gentlemen to recite. I explained that clients expect me to be discreet, and that while the subject had never come up before, I was not sure that it would be entirely ethical for me to repeat a prior client's script. Gertie spoke up for the only time during the interview.
Great.
She did. She said that she was sure it would be all right. That she was sure it would be all right for me to do whatever these most gracious gentlemen requested. I tried to demur gracefully, but they were insistent. Not rude, never in any way rude. They said the opportunities were enormous. It was not unlikely that it could lead to even greater things, even films.
Films? So what is it?
They said that they were sure I would do well in film, for they had heard of the breast cancer self-examination film I made when first I came to New York.